Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our study of love. Today, we're going to move on to chapter 5. Last time, we talked about how not to love. This time, we're going to talk about how to show love correctly. All right? First is going to be Proverbs chapter 18, verse 13, King James Version. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. So the lesson there is listen without interrupting. Then James chapter 1, verses 19 and 20. This is from the ESV. Know this, my beloved brothers. Let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Speak without accusing. Proverbs 21:26, CSB. He is filled with craving all day long, but the righteous give and don't hold back. Give without sparing. Colossians chapter 1, verses 9 and 10, MEV. For this reason we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you and to ask that you may be filled with the knowledge of his will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that you may walk in a manner worthy of the Lord, pleasing to all, being fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God. Pray without ceasing. One great thing I love, the church I go to, we are a praying church. Our prayer system is fantastic. We're always in communication, and it really does make a difference. You really should get more into your prayer life. Anyway, back on the task. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 1, King James Version. Better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than a house full of sacrifices with strife. Answer without arguing. Ephesians 4, chapter 14 and 15, NLT. Then we will no longer be immature like children. We won't be tossed and blown about by every wind of new teaching. We will not be influenced when people try to trick us with lies so clever they sound like the truth. Instead, we will speak the truth in love, growing in every way more and more like Christ, who is the head of his body, the church. Share without pretending. Philippians chapter 2, verses 14 and 15. Today's English version, Good News Bible. Do everything without complaining or arguing, so that you may be innocent and pure as God's perfect children, who live in a world of corrupt and sinful people. You must shine among them like stars lighting up the sky. Enjoy without complaint. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 7, NIV. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. We should recognize that one. Trust without wavering. Colossians chapter 3, verses 12 and 13, ESV. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and, if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other. As the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. Forgive without punishing. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 12, King James Version. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. Promise without forgetting. Matthew 25, verses 40 to 45, New King James Version. And the king will answer and say to them, Assuredly I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it to me. Then he will also say to those on the left hand, Depart from me, you cursed, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not take me in. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Then they also will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry, or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister to you? Then he will answer them, saying, Assuredly, I say to you, inasmuch as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. Be charitable without selfishness, not for personal gain or recognition. Leave the camera at home. Now we're going to go to James chapter 4, verse 17, ESV. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. Do not hesitate to do good. John chapter 15, verse 13, NIV. Greater love has no one than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. Put others before yourself. And as a side note, I put here, it is easy to die for someone, but what about to deny yourself and live for them? Just some food for thought. All right, now we're going to go to 2 Timothy chapter 2, verses 24 to 26, NLT. A servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but must be kind to everyone, be able to teach, and be patient with difficult people. Gently instruct those who oppose the truth. Perhaps God will change those people's hearts, and they will learn the truth. Then they will come to their senses and escape from the devil's trap, for they have been held captive by him to do whatever he wants. Be patient with all people and correct them with gentleness. 1 John chapter 3, verse 18, MEV. My little children, let us love not in word and speech, but in action and truth. Let your actions speak the truth louder than your words. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 through 3, today's English version, or Good News Bible. I urge you then, I who am a prisoner because I serve the Lord, live a life that measures up to the standard of God set when he called you. Be always humble, gentle, and patient. Show your love by being tolerant with one another. Do your best to preserve the unity which the Spirit gives by means of the peace that binds you together. Keep the peace. 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 8 through 12, MEV. Finally, be all of one mind, be loving toward one another, be gracious and be kind. Do not repay evil for evil or curse for curse, but on the contrary, bless, knowing that to this you are called, so that you may receive a blessing. For he who would love life and see good days, let him keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. Let him turn away from evil and do good. Let him seek peace and pursue it. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. And all them words boil down to live with integrity. Now, we're going to go to Galatians chapter 5, and this one bounces around. It's going to be verses 13, 14, 22, and 23. And this is from the New King James Version. For you, brethren, have been called to liberty. Only do not use liberty as opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Be righteous and upright. All right, now let's go over the questions for reflection for that section. And I do believe No, there's another set of questions. Question number 71. How do you feel about these examples for showing love? Do you think that it is easy or difficult to show the love to others? Question number 72. How often were you already practicing these habits? Will that increase for you now with more awareness? Question number 73. Can you think of other biblically sound ways to show healthy love? Are you willing to study Scripture to learn more ways? Question number 74. Has anyone ever treated you with this kind of love? How does that make you feel either way? Do you think you are able to express it to others or reciprocate it as well? Question number 75. How do you think society would be different if people use more of these principles and practices? So that wraps up that section. We're almost to the ending. I'll see you in the next one.